Good day, everyone. It is our pleasure to be part of this year's first PhilSat Research Conference on Special Needs and Inclusive Education, and indeed our honor to present our research entitled Pupils Bullying at School is Not Related to Child-Parent Relationship, Empirical Evidence from the Philippines. One of the most common types of violence in a school setting is bullying, defined as having an aggressive, mean-spirited, deliberate, or persistent attitude according to Suarez et al. 2022. Bullying harms children's mental health, impeding their ability to learn normally, grow emotionally and psychologically, and notably engage in crucial and positive socialization process at school. That was according to Al-Mahasni 2019. Since bullied students experience fear and weakness, bullying at school impacts students' personality qualities and sense of self-worth, according to Alrakat et al. 2017. Currently, there are no studies on the connection between bullying at school and child-parent relationships in an elementary school. This research area is worth investigating because victimization through bullying seriously impairs pupils' ability to learn and develop, according to Wang and Zhao 2018. With that, it is worth studying whether bullying at school among pupils is related to child-parent relationship. Bullying happens everywhere, whether within a family or among peers, and it is most common in schools. People engaged in school bullying assume various rules as bullies or bully others, as victims or having mistreated, or as bully victims or bullying others while also being bullied themselves. That was according to Xiao et al. 2022. Students are bullied for various reasons, including differences in color, sexual orientation, religion, abilities, disabilities, weight, height, or anything else that makes one child different. Thus, this study aimed to investigate the extent of bullying among grade 6 pupils at Santa Catalina Central Elementary School in Negros Oriental, Philippines, and analyze whether or not bullying at school among pupils is related to child-parent relationship. Purpose of the study. First is to measure the extent of bullying at Santa Catalina Central Elementary School as perceived by grade 6 pupils. Second, determine the kind of child-parent relationship that exists in the families of grade 6 pupils as perceived by the parents. Third, examine the significant relationship between the extent of bullying and the kind of child-parent relationship. Fourth, analyze the significant relationship between the extent of bullying as perceived by those who were bullied and those who were bullies. The study employed a quantitative descriptive design using self-administered questionnaires to obtain robust data to address the research objectives. This study was conducted at Santa Catalina Central Elementary School, a public school in the municipality of Santa Catalina, Negros Oriental, Philippines. The grade 6 pupils of this school consisted of 7 sections with a total population of 240 and 7 grade 6 advisors. However, the researchers selected only 3 sections with a total population of 104 pupils as their respondents. The respondents in this study consisted of 85 grade 6 pupils and 85 parents of these pupils. They were the ones who willingly accepted the invitation to participate in this study and completed the questionnaire. The number of respondents mentioned indicated an 81.75% retrieval rate out of the 104 pupils from the 3 sections and 104 parents. The researchers used 2 questionnaires in this study. The first one was the Always Bully Victim Questionnaire, or OBVQ, a standardized questionnaire developed by Danny Always to measure the extent of bullying experienced by grade 6 pupils. The instrument consists of 36 items. The second one is the Child-Parent Relationship Scale, or CPRS, an instrument developed at the University of Virginia's Curie School of Education and Human Development that evaluates parents' perceptions of their interactions with their children and was created by Dr. Robert Pianta. This instrument consists of 30 items. Before gathering data, the researchers coordinated with the Public School District Supervisor, or PSDS, in Santa Catalina District 3 for the approval to allow them to conduct their study. The data was gathered in 1 month. It started on March 22, 2023 and ended on April 22, 2023. In the third week of the month, the researchers distributed the Always Bully Victim Questionnaire or a BVQ to the pupils in the school. The data from the pupils was completed on the 28th day of March. Afterward, the researchers distributed the Child-Parent Relationship Scale or CPRS to the parents of these pupils to determine the kind of child-parent relationship in their families through the house-to-house visitation on the 4th day of April and ended on the 22nd day of April. After gathering all the information, the researchers tabulated the gathered data. In analyzing the gathered data, the researchers used the frequency count to determine how frequently each variable occurs and the person correlation to measure the relation between the child-parent relationship and the extent to which pupils were bullied and bullies. The researchers gave informed consent forms to the parents and assent forms to the pupils, ensuring that each carefully read the consent and assent forms to ensure that the participants understood the full scope of the study's objectives. Similar to the informed consent and assent form processes, the researchers did not utilize names or any other information that could be used to identify a specific person. Instead, the researchers keep all the documents and evidence used in the gathering data confidential. Additionally, the researchers honor the decision of those who choose to withdraw from participating in the research in its entirety, particularly while collecting data even if they had already completed the informed consent form. The tables contain data from 85 respondents who responded to the extent of bullying as perceived by grade 6 pupils who were bullied and bullies. Results revealed that the bullying only happened once or twice a month. This section only shows how many times the pupils have been bullied at school in the past couple of months, and it resulted in the fact that most of the respondents were bullied once or twice a month in general. Table 2 shows data on the types of bullying pupils have experienced in the past few months. It reveals that the highest weighted mean is item number 5 and the lowest is item 4. The type of bullying with the highest count is only once or twice a month. While it has not happened to me in the past couple of months, it has the lowest count. The table presents data showing that pupils have taken part in bullying another pupil at school in the past couple of months. Table 3 reveals that the highest weighted mean is item number 12, kept him or her out of things on purpose, excluded him or her from a group of friends, or completely ignored him or her, with only once or twice a month verbal description. In contrast, item number 15, I took money or other things from her or him or damaged him or her belongings, had the lowest weighted mean with a verbal description that it hasn't happened to me in the past couple of months. This means that the extent to which the respondents have been bullied other pupils is low. The table below indicates the child-parent relationship in the families of grade 6 pupils as perceived by the parents. Table 4 presents the child-parent relationship in which item number 30 got the highest weighted mean of 4.91 in response to, my interactions with my child make me feel effective and confident as a parent. On the other hand, the negative interaction of the child-parent relationship in item number 11 got the highest weighted mean of 4.53 that responses to, my child is overly dependent on me, which means definitely applies. It means that there is a positive interaction between the child and their parents and no connection between the child-parent relationship and bullying at school. Tables 5 and 6 reveal that the extent to which the pupils were bullied and the extent to which they were also bullies when correlated with the child-parent relationship. Results reveal that there is no significant relationship exists between the extent to which pupils were bullied and the child-parent relationship. Persons R is 83 equals negative 0.014, p-value is equals to 0.899. Likewise, there is no significant relationship between the extent to which the pupils were bullies and the child-parent relationship. Persons R is 83 equals 0.081, p-value is equals to 0.463. This result is consistent with the findings of Shen and Chow 2018, wherein parent-child relationship of elementary school pupils with bullying behaviors and behaviors of being bullied have a significantly negative association. Table 7 shows that the extent to which pupils were bullied and the extent to which they were bullies were positively correlated. Persons R is 83 equals 0.548, p-value is less than 0.001. This means that as the extent increases when they were bullied, the extent will also increases when there are bullies. There is no relationship between the extent of bullying and the child-parent relationship. This means that though the parent has a positive interaction with his or her child, does not guarantee that their child will not commit bullying, and the parents that have negative interaction with their child does not mean that their child will not be bullies or vice versa. The results of this study are intended to help mitigate the rampant issue of bullying in the school system. Specifically, this proposed study shall first give awareness to school administrators and teachers about the extent of bullying. Second, offer ideas for school intervention if the extent of bullying is high in order to promote a safe and bullying-free environment. Third, help parents know about the attitude that their children are displaying. It will give them some ideas on supporting and encouraging their kids to avoid bullying. This study generally aimed to investigate the extent of bullying among grade 6 pupils at Santa Catalina Central Elementary School and analyze whether bullying at school is related to child-parent relationships. Among the three sections, it was determined that the higher the extent to which pupils were bullied, the higher the extent to which there were also bullies. And the data in this study supports this claim that the extent to which pupils were bullied, the extent to which there were also bullies were found to be positively correlated. Persons R is 83 equals 0.548, p-value is less than 0.001. However, it was also discovered that a positive interaction exists in the families of these pupils. Despite this fact, this does not mean that their child will not be bullied or bullies, and vice versa. This study concluded that the child-parent relationship has nothing to do with the bullying that occurs in school. Based on the results of the current study, though parents and their children have positive interactions at home, it does not guarantee that their children are bullied or bullies at school. Parents should also monitor their children's behavior so that they are aware of how their children behave in school. Though the prevalence of bullying is not that high for teachers, it is not good to tolerate such behavior as it affects pupils' self-esteem and academic performance. Additionally, teachers should pay attention to bullying if they can observe it and take action to address it at school. In terms of future research, it would be helpful to extend the current findings by examining how parents approach having children who have experienced bullying and encourage their children's peer groups in school to have a positive school environment. The researchers would like to express our most profound appreciation to those individuals who have made a difference in completing this study. Special thanks to the study respondents for generously sharing their time in completing the self-administered questionnaires. That ends our presentation. Thank you.